Who have best prepared me for becoming an eccentric millionaire, and another of my own zodiac have been men and women of uncertain standing and commitment. It is a narration about a story, about a painting, about a man and his woman, his object of desires and the images they make for each other. A story they need to tell themselves to keep the mystic unfathomable. This is all about one man and his woman and the intricacies of their unions and intersections. It was a feeling in him. The thinnest thing in him was struggling to be free, while his own for segments clustered around him was squeezing him into a bitter hole of absolute meaning. He thought being honored as a man was a great privilege for him. Yes, he was a man. He had the quality of the creator. He believed in the main principle that was to lead. The lonely fight against all odds was moving towards an undefined kingdom where time and tides were not going well with him. He wanted a change, seeking a new sanctuary for his utility and convention. A chance has been given to everybody to make things possible. To celebrate one's ability to step beyond the normal. Only one chance. There are no second chances. Lifeline had been stretched forward. Being completely naked and nothing at hand, he found himself a lost stranger, helpless, incomprehensible, and of a mysterious origin in some corner of the earth. He surged forward slowly towards the vast landmass, saw milling crowds of men and women, all broken faces, lustful, unsatisfied, and very irresistible. Here, perhaps he was looking for such an island. This was his EXOMAN island, which he had been sent to protect and conquer every inch of its movements. A strange eruption and mass devastation left behind objects of his own shape and kind. Golden-haired, magnificent figures like Teutonic goddesses were very exuberant, warm and pagoning. In this world, objects have taken in a life their own and grown monstrous and uniquely different. Man here is an object of ridicule, a fault in the scheme of things floating aimlessly against a severing horizon. He felt pulled towards someone appeared to so much more to him. He followed his lead. All ordinary things happened to ordinary people. It was a flesh and blood situation. The encounter was distinct and measurable, with the expectation of the complete person possible. He started his journey towards wholeness. She provided connection and continuity with his past. She embodied his physical desire. She was ripping. He was certainly an impulsive creature, very spontaneous and reckless. He could not resist himself. Liberation and release became very indispensable to him. Yes, he was a liberator, a reliever. By continuously relinquishing himself, he strode downwards, sank into depth. He was yearning for equilibrium, the true balance of two sacred beings. Substance was there, shadows were there. The mysteries of human relationship are impenetrably obscure. She was a woman, though nameless, faceless, but she knew to find herself. She was to fulfill herself, following her own desires and instincts. EXOMAN Island was a fortune, a kingdom. Wars had been fought for pleasures, for learning, for fulfillment and harmony. She was strongly certain that he would have her, and she would have him somewhere, somehow, someday. She attempted to make the earth shake and set the sun on fire, but he was a strong man. They made love for 100 hours and shared their 100 climaxes at the fag end of an age. They became prisoner of their own obsessions. They only did what any man-woman would have done. The pleasure was sufficient for them to celebrate a full-time truth. He enjoyed almighty chaos he had caused. He enjoyed the biggest unconventional freedom. Every time was the first time, and every time was different. No end was the real end, but a new beginning. One man's freedom was another man's death. moments end soon. The night of celebration was over. Everything had gone out. Like a spider, he dyed 1,000 deaths in his own net. He drank the bitter truth of final deception. He was very grateful to his fellow men and women for giving him a chance to create, sustain, and relinquish a common world. Love was a weakness among them. So the exploitation and betrayal. After experiencing a mammoth freedom, he started running towards the same state from where he had started. The lower regions, no longer he wished to retain that knowledge within him anymore. The impulse to reach beyond and beyond was the triumph of his spirit and will over all reasons. He was falling away from life and from her. He started to escape from the prison of her flesh. She was the biggest fraudulent illusion ever he had realized in that island. She was important to him as a dream, not as a living reality. She was his miracle, or must have a miracle. Humankind can't be a very much reality. After reaching fullness, he had nothing to acquire more of any kind. A land, a shelter, a woman, the object of desires, he relinquished all of those one after the other without any undue anguish. He knew one day he would defeat time, decay, and death. He could accept death, but was not ready to die. Somewhere, he still felt himself young and needy, but was helpless as life and time had lived him proportionately. No more he wanted to recreate himself. It was quite absurd for him, floundering from object to object, always searching for the little death of orgasm. He no more wanted to play with the same experiences for many years. It was time to look back. Another man was an everyman, wandering on the earth through strange escapades in high and low places, struggling to believe that his one and only one question was true.
Okay.